So we've had about 2 surprises thus far now for Stranger Things in its final days before it debuts. I don't know how many people were expecting this. I guess never throw anything beyond Netflix. And I will say their marketing department, in comparison to other studios, Disney, actually knows how to market out their products. I mean, Stranger Things has enough brand recognition that doesn't necessarily need a final trailer, but I look at Disney, specifically Marvel or Star Wars, I'm like, this is kind of what we need, like final trailers, even if it's last minute. I mean, not necessarily saying I want to see that much, but they've been getting very light with their trailer handling. A couple days, though, I mean, that's a bit of a short window. But either way, I'm happy. I mean, if anything makes this clear to me, they're specifically identifying this as the final trailer for Volume 1, which tells me immediately they're going to be, I'm sure probably many people are going to be thinking this, they're going to do a Volume 2 trailer. Probably close to when I'm sure the series would air, maybe a week or 2 weeks out. But either way, I'm looking forward to Stranger Things. I've liked the past couple trailers, how many we've had after the long wait for this season between where we are today versus where we were back with Stranger Things 3 in 2019. That's crazy. But I think overall this series has looked excellent. I'm just so invested in this world and in these characters, even if perhaps I'm not as invested with the parent company. I still am very mixed on Netflix, largely because, again, of the whole Cuties debacle, as well as some of their other works, but largely Cuties. I am still, as I've stated previously, I'm watching the Texas Indictment. I know there's been some momentum on it, which I'm very grateful for. Hopefully that goes in a palatable direction, at least the decision's out of my hands, but I hope for the best of it. I did say originally, a while back, I was debating whether or not to hop on Netflix, and at the time I was saying no. I have softened a bit because I've given it some thought. Number one, because Stranger Things is going to debut, and based on the way the reviews have, gone, and when a trailer debuts, everybody keeps talking about Stranger Things, so spoilers are just going to leak out. But this series is also very expansive. My concern, again, with hopping on Netflix was largely that I'd be paying, it still makes me very upset that Cuties is still on the platform. Don't get me wrong on that. But my concern fundamentally was I'd be paying for the show, possibly with my money, because, subscription fees are one lump sum. You don't allocate money to specific work. Rather, when you're just paying a payment to the studio overall, it might go to Cuties. It's been long enough that I think however much money it made, I don't need to be as concerned about my money going that way. And the way that Netflix has been advertising itself in regards to some of its new directions amid floundering subscription numbers, I'm humoring the possibility to see where things go from here. But at the very least, I want to support, in my opinion, really good work. I know my opinion, I'm sure, is more generalized to everybody else because Stranger Things is obviously a very lauded show. That's how I actually hopped on, was through, as I've stated earlier on. I didn't watch it immediately when Stranger Things Season 1 dropped. I didn't jump on it until about the time Stranger Things 2 is being advertised. I'm like, I'm going to go check it out because everybody keeps talking about the show. And then, since I've been a fan, I've watched the show, I've binged it every single time. This series is going to be substantially longer, though. I mean, for the first volume, at first I was like, how are you on earth going to make 7 episodes work in comparison to 2? Well, the fact that they're saying the second 2 episodes are like more movie level length, and then this is going to be like basically, I think it's like almost like, some have said it's like a 9-hour ride with the first arc. I'm excited. I really am. But let's go ahead and see what they have to show. I mean, are they teasing too much here in the final trailer? But again, like I said, it seems that Netflix better knows, in comparison to other studios, how to market their products. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at this together and see what surprises they have to advertise in a final trailer. Again, are you showing too much? Are you not? Let's see. And what more illumination to the mystery do we get to see here?
It's time.
We're in the dark world from the beginning.
There is no shame in running.
Sick. What do you think, Mike?
It's risky, isn't it?
Chances of success are 20 to 1.
Never tell me the odds.
I'm sure probably we're not definitely showing, anything in the way of too much, because we still got about 9 hours of stuff, to cover.
Right?
Yeah. We're a team. Friends. But it's gonna be up to us again.
Go! Drive!
Oh, I like the remix of the track. That's great. again, like I said, I'm really interested to see where the show goes going forward. Since, Stranger Things season 1, I mean, just watching it, this whole show is it's carried itself all the way through, succinctly. I absolutely love it. It's definitely, I would say, one of Netflix's stronger pieces. Even though people keep talking about, like Squid Game, like, this is, like, some, like it's been triumphed by that show. I don't know if that's true or not, but there's been some reports speculating as much. But this is really a novelty series for Netflix, and I think most people, I think most people are going to hop on. And even I've stated in the past, with my stance on cuties, right, saying that I wasn't going to hop on of Netflix, and I've definitely given it thought, and I am very much open in the way if someone feels like, I'm compromising my position, or it's, I totally understand. I mean, again, I'm not comfortable entirely by hopping back onto Netflix, because, again, that film still exists on the platform, but I'm praying, I should be praying a lot more of it, the Texas indictment goes in a good direction. And we'll see. Again, I know there's been some recent momentum, and as far as I'm concerned, it's out of my hands. At the very least, I don't believe I'm paying Netflix any more money that would potentially go to support that film. Maybe some other bad projects. I mean, Netflix isn't perfect, but Stranger Things, at the very least, I would imagine a lot more people, if they're not hopping on, I would imagine they're probably going to. And I'm sure right now Netflix would be very grateful amid, again, the subscriber reports to have people jump back on. I think Stranger Things might be the key to doing that. What are your guys' thoughts with Stranger Things 4? I mean, again, I don't think it teased too much. A lot more stuff, again, with the kids and just the overall world of Stranger Things. I like all this stuff. I'm assuming, like, the Creel House world. And the remix track was very nice. We'll have to see. And again, there's been a lot of new faces as well with the season. So, it's kind of cool, by the way, to see Erica get such a prominent face in the group. I think it's Erica. And she's part of this, whatever the Hellfire Club is. It must be like a games club. I'm not exactly sure. I mean, I know there's some comic book tie-ins to that, but maybe that's pertinent to the Dungeons and Dragons thing. I'm not exactly sure, but it's kind of cool to see Erica be a part of the core team, I guess, because she's made a good impression the past couple seasons, in my opinion. I've really enjoyed watching the actress. She's very talented. And I'm going to get to be able to watch this on vacation, which is going to be, I guess, it's going to be a long ride, which is, by the way, enjoyable, but maybe I could just, we're going to have a long drive, so I just download them for the car. I mean, I've heard some people say we shouldn't binge it necessarily, because, again, it's so long, and maybe you need to let the season savor. And even sometimes, here's a question for you. I would imagine most of us are going to binge this, but in comparison to other streaming services, for example, I think, as I brought up previously, Disney, because those are weekly releases, Do you prefer at present, because I believe the 7 episodes are going to drop immediately for this series. They haven't said otherwise. That's Netflix's model. Are you going to prefer the binge model or the weekly release? And maybe you could say you watch it as like a daily release. I don't know. I'd be interested to see how people's viewing factors would be going forward with the show, in this new season. But overall, I like it. I like seeing a final trailer. Anything for the way of Stranger Things. I'm just excited to see this series overall. And when part 2 comes up, of course, or volume 2, I should be more specific, of course I will cover it. And I would imagine, based on the way this went, that they advertised a final trailer specifically for volume 1. That's how they labeled it. I would imagine you're going to get the same treatment for part 2. So at that time, I'll be able to talk more about, my overall feelings of the first 7 episodes. But looks good. Good teases. I'm very invested in this world. Looking forward to taking another ride again back into Stranger Things, or you could say Hawkins, and all the other locations of the season, because this really is encompassing a much more global scale. But I really like what I'm seeing. Really do. Thank you so much for watching this video. Before you bounce, feel free to drop a like and comment, subscribe to this channel with a ding on the bell, and share this video with your friends. And consider checking out the description here. There you'll find links to my other channels, as well as addresses to my other social media accounts and ways you can help support my work if you feel so inclined. May God bless you, and looking forward to when our paths cross again.